Wolfman Gaming. How are you? How was your day? You had a good day today? Hi Gigi, how are you? Welcome to the live. How are you, 50 plus? I hope everybody had a good day. Gigi speaking to Wolfman Gaming. Wolfman Gaming says not good, and you, my day was terrible. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Wolfman. My day was pretty good. It was a pain-free day, so that always makes for a good day. Gigi speaking to Wolfman, and Gigi speaking to 50 plus. Gigi, how was your day? Hi, Yvonne. How are you? Welcome to the live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you all hit that thumbs up button for me. Hi, Shiwana. How are you? Shiwana is speaking to Gigi, and she's speaking to 50 plus and Wolfman Gaming. How you feeling today, Shiwana? Yvonne, how are you feeling today? I hope everybody feels pretty good and had a good day. Shawana says, I'm good. That's good. I'm glad you're good. Having a good day. Gigi says, I'm sorry to hear that, the real Wolfman Gaming. Gigi saying she's sorry to hear that you're having a bad day, Wolfman. You guys don't forget to show me some love. Hit that thumbs up button. I got 7 people in the live and 2 likes. Yvonne says, hey, you praying you're feeling well? Yes, I feel pretty good, thanks. Just a little tired, but other than that, I feel pretty good. Yvonne is Gigi is speaking to Shiwana. And Wolfman says, yeah. And Shiwana speaking to Wolfman Gaming. She asked him what's wrong. Yvonne says, I'm doing well, thanks. Gigi speaking to Yvonne. Shiwana speaking to Yvonne. Wolfman, what happened? Shiwana asked you what happened. Vaughn says hello to the ladies. Gigi says it was a beautiful day today. Yeah, it was, Gigi. It was a beautiful day outside today. In fact, I was in Rico's live earlier, and 50 plus was saying that it was a beautiful day a lot of places. So that's a good thing. Hi, Frank. How are you? Welcome, welcome to the live. And Shiwana is speaking to Frank. Yeah, it was nice. Frank is speaking back to Shiwana, and Gigi speaking to Frank. It was nice outside. I don't know what the temperature was, but it was really nice. A change from that rain. Frank says, I'm good. I'm glad you're good, Frank. And Yvonne is speaking to the gentleman in the group. Frank is speaking to Gigi. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. You all, I really appreciate it. Frank says, yeah, it was nice. Yeah, the weather was nice. I don't know. It sure was a good change from the rain we've been having. We've been having a lot of rain, so that was a nice change from that, that's for sure. Frank is speaking to Yvonne. Wolfman Gaming says that person named God of mortals was making bashing videos about me, making false statements that I was harassing people, and the real Zoe Dark Magical Day Empire was made a slam video about me. Oh wow. They ganged up on you, huh? That's something. God Immortals. I thought that was a video game. That's a gamer, huh? Oh wow. Well, you can't let that get you down, Wolfman. There's always somebody out there to slander your name. You can't let you have to know who you are. You know? And despite what people say, you have to hold your head up high. You have to know who you are. Hi, Web Savvy Cafe. How are you? Welcome to the live. You had a good day today? So glad you could join us. Wolfman says, yeah, that's why I put my video on unlisted. Okay. Yeah, see, there's always a solution to the problem, Wolfman. You just have to think it through. There's always a solution. Web Savvy Cafe says, hey to the chat family. As told by Tina. Hi, as told by Tina. How are you? Welcome to the live. How are you feeling today? Wolfman says they put dislikes. Yvonne says amen. As told by Tina says, how are you? I'm well, thanks for asking. Had a pretty good day. Just a little tired, but I'm good. Well, Savvy Cafe says, oh yeah. Gigi speaking to Web Savvy Cafe. As told by Tina says, hey to the chat. Frank G is speaking to Web Savvy and Tina. As told by Tina, it says, I'm well. How about you? I'm well, thanks. Had a pretty good day and the weather was beautiful. It was a beautiful day. Gigi saying hello to As Told by Tina. As Told by Tina says, good. Did you get my gift? Yeah. You talking to me? As Told by Tina? If you're talking to me, I'll have to check. 50 plus says hi to Shiwana Script Circle. Hi, Edward Smart. How are you? Welcome to the live. Hello. I hope you had a good day. 50 plus is speaking to Frank. As told by Tina, says hi to Gigi. Frank is saying hi back to 50 plus. 50 plus is saying hello to everyone. As told by Tina says, it was good, sis. Gigi saying hello to Edward Smart. As told by Tina says, yes, host, please check. I was wondering if you did. Okay, I'm going to have to check. I can't check now because I'm streaming from my phone, but I'll have to check and let you know. Edward Smart is saying hi to Gigi. Shiwana is speaking to the Real Wolfman Gaming, says, wow, that's crazy. So that happened to you. She's talking about his day. He didn't have a good day. He had some people kind of acting like bullies on his channel today. So he's kind of a little on the downside. Gigi, I'm going to ask that you be my mod today, please. If you all haven't already punched up the live, please do hit that thumbs up button for me. I really appreciate it. So, yeah, Wolfman is feeling a little down about his day. Like I said, with those people kind of acting like bullies. But he came up with a solution and he blocked them, unlisted his channel. So that was a good thing. That was a good thing that he did. So that he didn't have to succumb to that kind of foolishness. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started with our story. As told by Tina says, hugs, Wolfman Gaming. I understand. So she's sending out hugs to Wolfman to brighten his day. I'm going to go ahead and get started with our story. It's not a long one, but I'm going to go ahead and get started now. Thank you all so much for coming to spend story time with me. You could have been anywhere else. I appreciate you all so much. So much. Any birthdays in the house? Let me get that out of the way, because I forgot the last story time to ask, was there any birthdays? And I don't want anybody to feel like I overlooked them. Are there any birthdays in the house tonight? Or if your birthday was the last time we had story time? Any birthdays? Gigi says, we are praying for you at the Real Wolfman Gaming. Yes, Wolfman, definitely, most definitely. We are praying for you, for your situation. No birthdays? Okay, no birthdays. I hope I didn't miss any birthdays during the last story time, because I don't want anybody to feel left out. Plus, I'll be looking forward to the birthday songs myself, like it's my birthday. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and dive into our story. Victor, servant of the living God, told others about his amazing deeds of why he pulled up the islands from the sea, how he lifted the sky, and how he even found fire and gave it to humans. As a demigod, Victor, servant of the living God, was born with special powers. He was one smart cookie. Demigod means one parent is a god and the other is human. Victor, servant of the living God's father, was the god and his mother was human. People from the Pacific Islands tell many stories about Victor, servant of the living God. Their stories about Victor are not quite the same as what you may have heard. The way they tell it, Victor, servant of the living God, may have 3 or 4 brothers, and he may have a sister named ESE Unique. They were a 5-star family. If someone from those islands told you stories about Victor, servant of the living God, they may sound like this. Victor, servant of the living God, was an ultra go-getter. One day, Victor, servant of the living God, said to his 4 brothers, "Come fishing with me today. We can go catch bluegill and bass far away. We will use swag, saltwater fishing gear. Let's go far out to sea. The fish are much bigger and better there for you and me than they are close to land." "Okay," said his brothers. "This we can do." They were good fishermen and wanted those big fish too. The 4 brothers, Kevin Kaye, Josh Fields, Lit Jr., Paul Lee, and Victor, servant of the living God, jumped into their canoe and started to row. When they got far out to sea and could no more see land, Victor, servant of the living God, jumped onto the end of the canoe. He drew out his magical fishing hook. When his brothers were looking ahead, he raised his line above his head and cast the hook over the side of the canoe. The boat shook as he cast his hook, and it sunk down deep into the blue water. Soon the magical hook stuck fast to the bottom of the sea. Victor, servant of the living God, pulled the fishing line tight as if he had caught a big fish. He called out, See that tug? I must have hooked a giant fish. Wow, I see that, said Kaye, his brother. That is some fish you caught, said Lit Jr., another brother. My brothers, Victor, servant of the living God, called out, paddle hard so we can bring up this great fish. The brothers paddled with all their might as Victor, servant of the living God, pulled the line tight. They paddled so hard they did not see that the hook was pulling up the land from the bottom of the sea. Behind them, one island after another rose from the sea. Legend says that is how he, Victor, servant of the living God, made the islands where the people now live. One day, Victor, servant of the living God, wanted to see how life was so far for the people who lived on the islands. What he saw there made his heart skip a beat. What he saw was total defeat. Life was very hard for them, and he could see why. After looking into the sky, he could see their days were just too short. There wasn't much time in a day for people to do what they needed to do, like making and cooking food. If they laid out a wet blanket on the sand, the blanket would still be wet the next day. There was not even time for the fruit in the trees to get ripe or the children to go out to play. It is that sun, said Victor, servant of the living God. He is racing too fast across the skies. He is not thinking about the people who live down below on this island. That's why Victor, servant of the living God, knew it was up to him, a demigod, to slow down the sun. But how? He asked his brothers. What should I do? He asked his sister, ESE Unique, too. He asked still others that he knew. Who do you think you are, Victor, servant of the living God, said Kaye, his brother. No one can catch the sun, even if you are a demigod, said Paul Lee, another one. You know very well the sun is too big and bright for anyone to stop. But Victor, servant of the living God's sister, ESE Unique, didn't say these sorts of things. She cut off her long hair and tied the hair into ropes and gave the ropes to Victor, servant of the living God, in hopes that he could save the day. From those ropes, Victor, servant of the living God, made a giant lasso that night. That night, Victor, servant of the living God, took his lasso up to the very tallest mountain on the islands. The mountain had once been an active volcano. Years ago, it had sent out waves of hot lava, you know. When the volcano was done, a big crater was left at the top of the mountain. And that's where Victor, servant of the living God, planned to catch the sun. Victor, servant of the living God, waited very quietly. He hid the lasso behind him out of sight. When the sun rose at dawn, it started to race across the sky with all of its might. Soon the sun was flying high over the mountain top. Brave Victor, servant of the living God, flung the lasso over his head. The ropes caught the sun as planned. It tried to move, but it was trapped. Let me go, shouted the sun. Not yet, said Victor, servant of the living God. You are moving too fast across these skies. Please tell me why you captured me, said the sun. You see, it makes the days too short for the humans who live down below. You have to slow down, said Victor, servant of the living God. I like to go fast, said the sun. Let me go. We're done. Who cares? No, said Victor, servant of the living God, in a big voice. I care. That's why you have to stay here in this crater. He pulled the lasso tight, but in his heart, Victor, servant of the living God, thought he might give in because he didn't feel very brave. He did not know how much longer he could hold on to the sun. True, his lasso was stronger than any other rope in all the land, but he did not understand how long even a lasso made from his sister's hair could last before the hot rays of the sun would burn it up. The sun tried to pull away again, but could not. Oh, very well, the sun said in a solemn voice. You can be sure Victor, servant of the living God, was very glad to hear that, of course. I suppose I could slow down just a little bit, said the sun, but only for part of the year, little one. So Victor, servant of the living God, and the sun worked things out. For half the year, the sun would move about at a much slower pace. That would make the summer days longer. For the winter months, the sun would stay its course and run as fast as it wanted to. This is how Victor, servant of the living God, made the days on the islands longer for the people. At last, they could do everything they needed to do and keep up with their task. They could prepare and have a full dinner and rest afterwards. The fruits of the trees grew bigger and sweet, and the children could go outside, you see, and play their heart's content. So that concludes my little story for tonight. Let's see who I missed. If you just came in, could you please thumbs me up, show me some love? Let's see, where are we here? It's husband, man. Okay, as we told, we're speaking to 50 plus. Oh, Gigi says 50 plus birthday is next Wednesday. Okay, so 50 plus, you got to remind me when you come into story time next Wednesday that it's your birthday. And the Real Wolfman says, yeah. And Zoe is racist as well on my Instagram back in January. Wolfman, I thought you got rid of Zoe. You blocked Zoe. And then Wolfman says his birthday is on August 13th. Well, you got to come back on August 13th, Wolfman, to get your birthday song. And Gigi says, okay, the Real Wolfman Gaming, I will save the date. Hello, IC. How are you? So glad that you could join us for story time. I don't know how long you've been sitting in the crowd. I hope you caught the story. Hi, Vernis. How are you? Welcome, 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 ladies. I hope you all caught the story. I don't know how long you've been here. Hi, Robert Karsten Lee. And Robert is speaking Vernis Junk Closet. Would you change your name to Vernis Juno Closet if you had? And then Gigi speaking to Vernis. IC speaking to Gigi. Gigi speaking to Robert. Frank G is speaking to IC, Vernis, and Robert. As told by Tina, says great story. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. It was a short one, but I did the best I could with it. Vernis is asking Robert what the heck he's talking about and says no, she won't change her name. And 50 is speaking as told by Tina. IC is speaking to Tina. Edward Smart says good story. Thank you, Edward. Gigi says hello to as told by Tina. 50 plus says Deborah, I sent you a message on IG. Okay, I checked earlier and I responded to, I did look at it. I don't know if you sent something else, 50, but as soon as I get off, I'll go and look again. Bernie says, hey, Booski, Gigi. Icy says, just minutes, few, been here. Bernie says, hey, my brother to Frank G. Gigi saying hello to the YT cheerleader. Woo, woo. The YT cheerleader. Woo, woo. I don't have my pom-poms with me. I got to start bringing my pom-poms to story time so we can do your little cheer. Hi. Okay, I always mess these names up. Kenwana Groves. How are you? Welcome to the live. So glad you could join us for story time. I think you may have missed our story for the night, but you can always play it on replay. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. As told by Tina saying, hey, sister, I see. Gigi speaking to Kenwana. And Kenwana speaking back to Gigi. Okay, let's see who our characters were in the story tonight. We got no pom-poms. Yeah, I don't have them with me, Burners. I got to start bringing them with me. Web Savvy Cafe says, I love mythology. Oh, okay. Let's see who was in our story. Okay, so everybody knows by now, Victor, the servant of the living God. That's our main character featured here tonight, and that is actually a YouTuber. That we have. Then we have Smart Cookie is a YouTuber. We have 5 Star Family is a YouTuber. ESE Unique is a YouTuber. Ultra Go Getter is a YouTuber. Bluegill and Bass, that's a YouTuber. Swag SaltWaterFishingGear, that's a YouTuber. Kevin Kaye, Joseph Fields, Lit Jr., Paul Lee. Those are all YouTubers. And let's see who else. It was a short story, but I was able to get a lot of names in there. I think that was pretty much our YouTubers. Yeah, those were all of our YouTubers in the story, featured in the story tonight. All of those names that I called out, those were all of our YouTubers. So I was able to get quite a few names in there for the short story that we had. I think that was all of them. I don't think I missed any of them. But I am so glad that you all could join me tonight. You could have been anywhere, but you decided to come and hang out with me for story time. I miss Icy. I hate that you didn't make story time the other night. You finally got featured. I was able to use your name, how it came to me when I was talking to you, how it came to me in mind. I see, and I was able to use it, but you didn't make it to story time the other night. I said, oh darn, I see, is usually here. She didn't make it the night that she did get featured. She didn't make it, but I was able to finally. As told by Tina says, aw. Yeah, she didn't make it in the other night. But she watched the replay. She did watch the replay. Well, hello, Island Girls Can Cook. How are you? Welcome to story time. I hate that you missed the story, though. Back at you. You'll have to catch it on replay. It was a short story tonight, and we kind of got started the minute everybody got in. IC says, I know I did watch the replay. Yeah, Island Girls Can cook. Gigi speaking the Islands Girl. Yeah, Island Girl, we had a short story tonight. I was able to get quite a few characters in there, but the story was kind of short. And so you missed it. So you would have to watch it on the replay. So I'm sorry you missed the story, but I'm glad you came by to hang out with us for a little bit, because I know you could have been somewhere else. I usually try to start story time no more than about 10 minutes or so after everybody gets in, because I want to go ahead and not prolong the time, and I feel like everybody's time is equally important. For those of you new to the live, I'm a published author, and I wrote a book, and it's available at Amazon. It's called My Struggle in Broken Pieces, A Healing for My Soul. And I'm going to eventually be reading excerpts from that book. And so I was just giving people time to purchase it if they'd like to follow along once I start reading from that book. And that's why I call these little stories a prelude to story time. Once I start reading my book, I will still do these little short stories, because this is my way to shout out my YouTubers. So I will still continue to do these little fun stories with the YouTubers' names, and I'll just figure out how I'm going to alternate it back and forth. But I will eventually be reading from my book. How I choose the YouTubers' names is just random, and how the story is flowing and based on what their name is. Other than that, there's no rhyme or reason, it's just how the name fits in. And I usually pull from a pool of people who are subscribed to me, or I'm subscribed to them. So that's where I pull from my pool with the YouTubers' names. And that's how I fit them in. Your name will be used as either a person, place, or thing. You may not necessarily be a person. You may be a person, place, or thing. Just depends on what your YouTube name is. And that, like for instance, I use Smart Cookie. Smart Cookie is a YouTuber, but I use her name to describe that the person was a smart cookie. So that's how I use the names. Okay, I see you speaking to Shiwana. As told by Tina, says hey to Shiwana as well. Island Girl says hi to Tina. And Island Girl's speaking to Vernice, Sissy, and throwing some kisses. Vernice is speaking to Shiwana. As told by Tina, says hey Pooh to Island Girls. Island Girls saying hi to Icy and throwing some love back out there, and saying hi to Gigi. And Icy is saying hi back to Island Girls. But yeah, that's how. I hope you all had a good day. Those of you just came in, I hope you all had a good day. It seemed to be, it seems like everybody had good weather across the board for the different places that we're living in. It seemed like everybody had a good day. Vernice, how's things going with you all, and you too, 50 plus, up in New York? I heard something about possibly a state of emergency. Did they declare you all at a state of emergency up in New York, New Jersey area? You know, you hear so many different things all over the place. What do they have going on with you all up there? Yes, we are in a state of emergency in New York. Oh, wow. So what do they do in that instance, Vernice? Do they like shut the city down? What do they do when they declare you in a state of emergency for something like that? So a lot of businesses shut down. 50 plus says we are okay. Okay. So Vernice, what do? Do they just shut down like government buildings? Do private companies shut down? What do they do when they declare a state of emergency for something like that? As told by Tina, just says, wow. Yeah, that's what I said when I heard that they were doing that. IC says we are in a state emergency too, but it's not shut down, Maryland. Vernon says some people can work from home. Government. Okay, so so pretty much they shut down the government, and the government employees, some of them, depending on what their job is, can work from home. Do they do, like, I used to work for the federal government years ago, and like, I know that like when they used to say they were shutting down the government, that yearly budget stuff, but then they would say essential employees had to come to work, but non-essential employees didn't have to come to work. So do they kind of do it like that for them to determine who gets to stay home and who has to go? Edward says the state of New York is making their own hand sanitizer. They're making their own hand sanitizer. Okay. And Island Girl says, what am I missing here? Well, Island Girl, they declared a state of emergency in New York. And I was asking Bernice, how do they do that? Is it just the government buildings that shut down, or does private businesses also shut down? And if the government shuts down, is it that they require what they call essential personnel to come to work and the rest stay at home? And she was saying some people could work from home. So I was kind of figuring out how they do that. Yvonne says, I saw earlier on Facebook that Fulton County schools in Georgia are closed due to a teacher sickness. Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness. That's just a little down the road there. G says, praying for you guys, Bernice. Yes, Bernice. We are definitely praying for you. Wow. Bernice says, oh, thanks. GG Gluten Free Lab. Wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. That is something. That is truly something. Wow. Yeah, yeah, I've been hearing it's been in different places. So I see you said they have these, you said your state of emergency, but it's not shut down in Maryland. Okay. So I see, what are they doing in the instance in your state? You said they've declared the state of emergency, but they're not shut down. So how do they handle that? Yvonne says, is this just in New York City area? Oh, Vernon, is this just in the New York City area? Well, Yvonne, 50 plus said that they're fine over in New Jersey, in the New Jersey area. That's right, Yvonne, your father's up that way. I forgot about that. Okay, she said the state of New York. Yvonne Vernon says it's the state of New York. My family lives in upstate. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know anything about either of the areas, so okay. Per the governor, Yvonne says. Vernon says. And Yvonne says yes. Yeah, Yvonne, Yvonne, is that where your family is? Because I don't know anything about upstate or any of that. I don't know anything about the New York, New Jersey area. Yvonne says Utica, New York. Okay. Vernon says, Yvonne, that is where I am. Oh, okay. So would that be that area, Vernon, where you are, is affected by the state of emergency? That is only 45 minutes from me. Oh, okay. Okay, Vern said that's 45 minutes away from her. Yeah, this is something. Yeah, we have to stay prayed up. We don't know what's going here. Yvonne says, "Are you in Albany?" Okay, she's talking to you, Vernice. Yvonne says, "Are you in Albany?" Vernice says, "Yes, the entire state. My job is meeting tomorrow." Oh, wow. That's something. Vernice says, no, not Albany. Oh, okay. Oh, man. The whole entire state. Yvonne says, state capital. Okay. And Vernice is saying Central New York. I'm lost now with this conversation with you and Yvonne because, like I said, I don't know anything about New York. Vernice says coming, and Yvonne says, "Wow, praying." Yeah. Okay. Web Savvy Cafe says to Yvonne, Westchester County has 98 confirmed cases. Oh, wow. That's north of New York City, but about 1.5 hours from the Westchester County. And Yvonne says Syracuse. And then Yvonne says, okay. Oh, wow. Savvy Cafe says the whole state of New York only has about 142 confirmed. Oh, wow. Man, that's something. Yvonne says, my God, praying. And Vernice says, coming New York. Wow. Yeah. Where else have they declared a state of emergency besides where you all are, Vernice, and UIC? Where else have they declared a state of emergency? Does anybody know? Does anybody know where else they've declared a state of emergency besides New York and Maryland? Vernice says, I'm sorry, what was that? I said, is there anywhere else that they've declared a state of emergency, Vernice, besides New York and Maryland? Because IC said they've declared it in Maryland. Did anybody hear any other states? Oh, okay. Vernice says, Island Girl says, oh wow. Vernice says Italy. IC says 2 other states, but I forgot. Oh, okay. Wow. I might have to try to see if I can watch the news and see what's going on. I don't watch TV a lot, so I catch bits and pieces of what's going on here and there. Yeah, that's all we can do is just pray. That's all we can do. Nobody knows how this epidemic is gonna turn out. It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. 2 other, okay, I see the 2 others. But anyways, I am not going to prolong the time because I want to go ahead and get to bed. I have to go for a CAT scan early in the morning. I do thank you all for coming out. Like I said, I appreciate each and every one of you. I don't take it for granted that you came out to spend time with me for story time. I'm glad you enjoyed the story as usual. And I appreciate you all so much. So always remember, and 50 plus, the minute I get off, I'm going to check my IG. And as told by Tina, I'm going to check into that other thing and I'll reach out to you as well. Always remember, until we meet again, may his peace be with you. And always remember, I have a will to live. Good night, you all. Love you. And I'll see you next time for story time. Good night.